Okay, hi. So if you've read the title of this video, you might be wondering what it's about, and it's actually about anime. It's going to be sort of like commentary video on anime, on this particular anime called Black Clover. And this might be a little strange because I've never done anything like it. I mostly do sketches, so a commentary video about anime of all things is going to be a little bit strange. However, I think it'll be fun. So I'm going to do it anyways, and I kind of want to vary the content that is on this channel. So that's what I'm going to do. So this sort of like series is going to be called Offshoots. They're not all going to be about anime, although there will be a few because I just like anime. And yeah, so you know what? Let's just go ahead and begin. Alright, before we begin, just a note, this will not actually be a very serious video essay about why this anime sucks or anything like that. It will just be more of like tiny things that I really hate about watching it, like annoying things. I'll try to make it sort of entertaining if you are just watching this because I forced you to, instead of you actually caring about this. So basically this show is about this dude named Asta, who is this guy who has no magic in this magic world. He can't use any magic, and he wants to be this magic king, which is like sort of the ruler of the world, and or the country, the kingdom, I guess. And also he has this other rival person named Yuno who is actually really good at magic, and he also wants to be the Magic King, and they're both like rival characters, but honestly Yuno doesn't really appear that much. He is important, but yeah. So yeah, so then they both become Magic Knights, which is like the soldiers of the current Magic King. That's about it actually. So the first thing I want to address is this really annoying thing. It's not actually that big of a deal, but they have this intro bit that happens every single episode, and I know other animes do this, but the problem with it is it's so bad and weird and like cliche almost. Like Black Clover's premise, or like the backstory to the world, is so weirdly basic that it's strange, and to hear it every single time is super annoying. I'm not gonna get too into that because it's not that important, but I will show you it so that you also get annoyed. Okay, now we're a little bit into more of the bigger problems, and one thing I want to talk about is comedy. Now, Black Clover is not funny, and that's okay. Anime doesn't have to be funny. However, Black Clover tries to be funny, and it's just not. And the specific thing I want to talk about is characters. They just talk differently, so that you have this dude who talks really slow, and then you have this other dude who speaks incredibly soft. And while that is like fine, I guess, but they try to use it for comedic purposes, and it's not even funny at all. I'm gonna do a reenactment of it, and I'm also gonna play the actual clip, and then you can see how close I got to it. Hey, man. Just be how it be. I don't know, man. You know, what? How's it going? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have a problem with my toes, and I don't know. Maybe the addiction. But guy. And it's just kind of annoying. So my next issue is that they switch to narration sometimes. And let me just give you some context. I'm just going to play the scene so that you understand what I mean. But so in this scene, what's happening is that Asta, the main lead again, he's coming up with a new ability at that moment. Okay, so it's this big point. We're all trying to focus in on him and see what he's doing. And so, yeah, just watch it. I think the problem with this scene is that it just takes you out of it. Like, you're focusing on Asta doing his thing, whatever, and then all of a sudden the narrator talks, and this does happen a few more times throughout the series where it randomly switches to narrator. By the way, this is the two lines that he delivered the entire episode. I'm not sure why. And I think this would be fine if it was a thing where it was a common thing that always happened in every episode or every few episodes. But it happens so sparsely. But it does happen, which is, I don't know, it's just strange. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is two things that I've put together because I'm way too lazy to find another example. So I've put them together because the scene I'm about to show has both things. So the first thing is music. So the show has incredible lack of good music choice, and there's so many things that I could show you to show you that, but I am once again too lazy. So I'll show you this scene, which is probably one of the worst ones, and the next one is cliche. And like I said, the show is really cliche. There's really not much to the characters themselves. They're super flat. They're kind of boring. It just exists almost. But in this very scene, it's probably the worst thing I've seen in a long time. And I did not alter this. It is really how they showed it. Just go ahead. Why was there silence? I mean, I get that it's supposed to be dramatic and like everyone's supposed to be shell-shocked at what the guy just said, but one, it was incredibly cliche and super lame, and I felt like the characters thought that too. When I first watched it, I thought, were they reacting to him saying something so fucking cliche that it was just like lame? Because even if you look at their faces, they don't look impressed. They don't even look scared. They're not like, oh wow, it's the black what do they call it? Black bulls. Oh my god. They're just like, why? Alright, so in conclusion, I do actually enjoy watching Black Clover, more or less. It's fun and bad, and there's a lot of things to it that I hate, and I just think it's unbelievable that it exists. But yeah, I would recommend watching it for all those reasons. It might be kind of lame, but you should. So yeah, that is the end. This video is probably going to be a little bit short, longer than most of my videos, but shorter than a commentary video. If you have any feedback, let me know. This is my first time trying something like this, and it will be kind of shit. So please let me know in the comments, or tell me in real life, because I know all of you. This video is sponsored by my constant need for love and validation.